Hello and welcome, my name is Charlotte and I am the High Heel Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram. Welcome or welcome back. Today, thank you. Today is the 28th of February 2026 and this is Flosstube number 74. As you can see, we have a friend. So I'm in a different place this morning. I am down in my living room. My craft room is an absolute mess, so I decided we will do it down here. I have more space and I can keep an eye on this one. Anyway, it's been about a month since my last video. I was hoping to do a mid-month video, but February was a doozy. I didn't get as much stitching as I would have liked, and I will give an update later in the life update. Let's get into stitching as long as this one will settle down. You set down? Yeah. Oh, good girl. So, hello. She's just staring. You can see her now. Daryl's at work, so she's just waiting for him to come back. Izzy is asleep on the sofa over there. So, yes. My January focus on a finish was to rule them all by circle stitches. And this is how it will look. I did stitch on this on the 1st of February and got 298 stitches. And she's now stood right there on my notes. I can't remember if I showed this last time. So yes, I have now finished all the wording and I've started up here. Come on, over here. Come on. No. This is on a 18, I think. Slate grey Ada. Come on. Using a DMC Etoile. She's nudging it. DMC. There we go. Settle down. You can be in the video. Yes, you can. If you want, you can shred that up. Whatever. Oh, thank you. I will do that. So, yes, the DMC is C725. The plan was to try and get that to a finish, but it did not. You know, I said you could have it, but you can't. Do not chew that one. And that one will get redrawn at some point with my treasure chests. The needle minder is a Star Wars themed one, and I think I got that from Etsy, or was that a gift from Nat? That might have been a gift from Nat. stitches in there. No. Anyway, go on. Oh. Lay down. Lay down. I'm just going to ignore her. My next project that I worked on, I moved on to pandemic for my goal for February. So pandemic there. It still is in the frame, I'm not taking it out. But I managed 2,735 stitches on this. So I stitched all of this in the middle there. I stitched all of this, and I think I finished some of the birds. And that was 2,735 stitches. This is stitched on an 18 count Blood Moon Ada by KLT Charting using DMC 704. I am just doing it in the one DMC colour. And this is a little floss drop needle minder from Crafty Emily. I think that was from Etsy, and so was the movement. The plan is to stitch up this side up to the top and then move over and come down. So I did hit my February target. I was hoping to do 2,727 and I did 2,735. So I did, what was that for? 8 more than my target. So yay. Bear with. Sorry about that. She stole some mini January Dodgers out of my work bag. So I have now given her a pig's ear. And she's just staring at her sister, wanting her pig's ear. So they haven't had their morning walk because Daryl was at work at 7, so. But she has just settled down. Anyway, so that was pandemic. So that was one of my February goals done. My second February goal that I managed to achieve was to get 1,091 stitches in on my Partridge in a Pear Tree by Joan Elliott. I did manage to get that done. I actually managed 1,097, so I did 6 more stitches than should, and I worked up here. So I brought the green along a little bit, brought the red along, I filled this in, and I've started working on the 3 French hens. With this one I was going to do the back stitching as I went. As you can see, I've done the back stitching there, and my 6 geese are laying is fully back stitched, but I haven't done my 2 turtle doves, and I think I'm gonna leave the back stitch for now. This is on a 32 count, is it platinum? I can never remember. Silver grey. Silver grey Murano by Zweigart. I have been able to get this as a PDF chart from Pole Stitches. When it got imported into Pattern Keeper, the white is actually on here as one white. So when it got imported into Pattern Keeper, it came up as O white, which I think is tin, so it was a grey, and I was like, it looks so odd. The mock-up just looked a little bit weird, so I was like, oh, why is that? And I went to my threads and I was like, I don't have O1, I don't have tin as a number. I have white, but there's no white in. There we go. So I had a look and I've swapped the colours, and now it looks a lot better in the mock-up. And so yes, I'm really happy. I loved stitching this. I managed to do the 1091 stitches in 3 stitchy sessions, which was good. Yes, really enjoyed stitching on that. I didn't want to put it down, but I hit my target, so moved on. Then the last project I worked on, I took this to the KOT Charting Stitchy Day at the beginning of February, and it is Feathers by Bothy Threads. I have charted this one myself to work in Pattern Keeper, and that's as far as we've got. So this got 657 stitches in that day. I basically did pretty much all of that. There was only a little bit in the middle here done. I did swap out the fabric. As you can see, it's supposed to be a white speckly, but that is a 14 count Ada, which I don't like stitching on. So I have swapped this for an 18 count KOT Charting fabric called The Grass is Greener. This needle minder is by Denkai Designs on Etsy, and this is one that I got at the KOT Charting Stitchy meetup, and his little Ollie Owl. Oh, really adorable. So that was on the 7th of February. I am really loving this, and I have named him Bobby. So it goes away in there. And that is pretty much all the stitching I have managed to do. As I said, February has been a very stressful, it's been a very manic month, which it shouldn't have been. Yeah, so I will do my stitch from stash end of month summary, my plans for March, and just general chit chat. So I stitched from stash. At the beginning of the month, I started it with £94.12 because I did destash quite a bit in January. My budget is £20. I did have £39 and 10p worth of purchases. Some I will show now, some I haven't yet received. I did destash £10, £13 worth of stash, so my carried forward is £85 and 15p, which I'm really quite happy with. So yes, sorry, she's so Ravi, come settle down. Come on, good girl. So yes, some I have here, some hasn't arrived yet. And I did get a couple of more stitchy items from the husband. So we'll do plans and then haul. So plans for March is pick up Pandemic again, 2,727 on Pandemic. Partridge, 1,091. My Middle Earth map, Now I have stitched on that, not yesterday but the day before, and I did 110 stitches, so I'm not showing you that because on a full coverage like that you can't see 110 stitches. I'm hoping to have a bit more progress in the next couple of weeks on that. Where I didn't hit my February target, I'm not gonna roll it over and say, right, in March I have to do double that. I will try and do a little bit more than the 3,273, just so by the end of the year I can hit my target of 35,000 stitches, but I'm not going to put pressure on myself. And then my other goal is my focus for a finish. I didn't stitch any on the one that I got pulled for February, so that one is going to be rolled over, and I will do the 2,000 in March. We do have the Southampton retreat next weekend, so I am probably going to take this with me, which does mean I need to finish digitizing this pattern. I think I have done all of this part I have digitized, so I need to move down and do that. I think that is going to be pretty much the 2,000 stitches. Look at his little peg leg, love this. So yes, I will try and finish off digitizing that before the end of next week, so I can take that to the retreat. I will probably also take Pandemic, because that's quite a nice blocky chart. Apart from that, I don't have a clue. What else has happened? So yes, we got the Southampton retreat next weekend. We're really looking forward to that. We've been doing, I've roped Daryl into doing some of the goodie bags, so they're pretty much all done now. I mentioned that we had the KOT Charting Stitchy Day. That was absolutely amazing. Absolutely had a fantastic time there. I think there was 10 of us, so it was nice. Knew most people there. There was one lovely lady that was new to us, so I hope she comes the next time. It was really fun. There was a couple of hiccups on the day, but if you go over to Kim's video, not her latest one that came out this week, but the one that came out a couple of weeks ago, she explains it a lot better than I can. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. If you are interested in her next Stitchy Day, I believe it's on the 30th of May. Tickets are £10. So if you're local to Portsmouth and you can get down there, I would really highly recommend it. Yeah, let's move on to haul. Then I can participate in Jotatube, and then I will do the life update. So, haul. This one was a gift from my husband. January is absolutely manic because of work, so at the end of January he was like, I'm going to treat you. The Lowry have just brought out like this magnet, the tablet stand that goes on there, so he brought me that, and things can't travel alone, so I also picked up this kit. It is called Donkey's Yard, and it's by Luca S, and look, it's just so adorable. It just reminds me of the New Forest, and it's just lovely. So, and it says here PDF and Saga, so I'm hoping there'll be a link to download a PDF chart that will work in Pattern Keeper, so I'm really looking forward to starting that, although it won't be anytime soon. So yes, I got that. Daryl got me the tablet stand. It was smaller than I thought it was going to be. Marie brought hers to the Stitchy Day and I was like, oh, that's a lot smaller than it looks online. But it's amazing. It is. I would recommend, if you're in two minds, I would recommend getting it. So I did get a couple of project bags. So the first is this one, and it's Lion King fabric. My sister made this one for me. Absolutely love it. And then packed up the stuff from the exchange in there. And then I've got this dragon one as well. Some dragon scales. Again, Abby made this for me. She will be bringing her bags to the retreat next week, so there may potentially be more as well next week. So I do have some nerd hoops, but I don't have grime guards for the nerd hoops. Kim at KLT Charting has started recently doing grime guards for the nerd hoops, so I got that. I've got the nerd size 4 in this giraffe print, and I also got the I also got a 11 by 11 Q snap in the giraffe print. And as you can see, there is a hole in the bag because of a certain puppy. As I was setting up this morning, she decided, oh, that looks fun, and chewed the bag. The grime guard is fine, but the bag is got a hole in it. Oh yes, and she also gave me a couple of like dinosaurs in there as well. So at the KLT Charting Stitchy Day, Kim did little goodie bags for everyone. So in there, we got some Skittles. Love some Skittles. Some bobbins, some stickers, because who doesn't love stickers? Die, fourth wing. Calm down and chive on chip. I don't know. And stay curious. We get to pick a PDF chart of Ollie. Is it Ollie? Oh, offer you Ollie, Owl, or Presley Penguin chart. I need to do that. And she also gave us a thread, one of her hand-dyed threads, and this is a KLT Charting Retreat exclusive. You can only get this if you come to one of her day retreats. It will never go up on the website. And it's this beautiful purple. So, yes. Absolutely love that. So, yes. There was also a charity raffle where we donated prizes. I was naughty and I completely forgot to buy a prize, so I brought a mystery bag from Kim and put that in there. So that I won twice. Well, actually, I think I won a couple more times than twice, but after the second time I was like, no, I think pretty much everyone after the second time they went, yeah, no. So I picked this lovely fob that says retreat. That says retreat. A little flower. So, love that. And then my second prize that I picked was some squishies. And yes, these have been in the bag. They have not been eaten yet. So I have to hide this because Sarabi absolutely goes crazy for organza bags. Don't know what it is. So that is my haul. Tube, and then life update. So Tube is the creation of Kim at KLT Charting, and it's for notebooks. And I have been looking to find a new notebook for my Flosstube notes, because at the moment I'm just throwing it in whatever notebook that I can find. So I wanted one that was dedicated to my Flosstube notes. And when me and hubby went to B&M the other day, as we walked in, I saw this and I went, yeah, I love that. It's just this A4 notebook. I got it for £3. I love green. Green is my favourite, so I was like, ooh, I really like that. So it's a nice decent size for my notes. So yes, and it's lined, because I do like a lined notebook. So I really love that. So my quick little dabble into Tube, and now it is the life update. I'm going to try and not get emotional with this, but we will do quick. I'm not going to go into huge details, but as you're aware, if you're watching me for a while, we had Daryl's brother, my brother-in-law, living with us for a while. There was a bit of a thing, and he moved out at the end of January. Fine. A week later, on the 8th of February, we got a message, rushed over to the sister-in-laws. He had collapsed, and the paramedics were unable to resuscitate him, and unfortunately he did pass away. So we have had to deal with that. So unexpected. I know that he was only 38, and it's hit hard. It's hit hard for Daryl really badly, because that was the only family he really had left. So we've had to deal with that. The coroner's report came back inconclusive, so they've had to do additional tissue samples and blood samples, and it can take up to 4 months to get that back. So we have had to deal with that, because there is like not really much other family. We've had to deal with the funeral, so we've had to be planning the funeral. The funeral was Wednesday just gone. So yeah, it's been, the last few weeks have just been an absolute whirlwind of emotions and stress, and it's been hard. So yeah, I'm not going to go into any more detail on that, but it's just that. So January was manic with work. February, we were not expecting that, and then I've gone straight into, from January, into organising a funeral, when also organising the Southampton cross stitch retreat. And yeah, it's been a struggle, and I can thank my queens, Nat and my queens, for being there for us in this really struggling time. So I'm so lucky to have you all as my support So yeah, anyway, we're gonna move on and say thank you all very much for watching. I hope you are all doing well, getting in your stitching, and I will see you hopefully, if I can get some decent stitching in the next couple of weeks. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with my next mid-March update. So bye.